Hello, hello. Sammy and I just built a very beautiful onboarding workflow, so I figured I would share it, give you a little behind the scenes. One thing that's important to note, we're using a white label version of HighLevel. This is HighLevel, so you can totally recreate this in other platforms. This is just the creme de la creme of platforms, at least from our perspective. So we use it, we love it. In here, you'll see all four of these workflows are actually our onboarding workflow. So they're separated out into different pieces so we can trigger different things, but this entire folder is nothing but an onboarding workflow. So it kind of starts right here with the invitation to buy. The reason we have it set up like this is because we found it works best that when we're on a call, we can go ahead and manually update this to shoot, what word am I looking for? We can manually update their opportunity so that it will trigger this workflow automatically. So essentially what happens is when we come in and we're on the call, when we update their opportunity or pipeline status, it's going to trigger the rest of this workflow. This email is the, hey, we just had an amazing call. Here is the link to go ahead and process your checkout and complete your onboarding, yada, yada, that kind of thing. As of then, once that email is sent, we literally set a wait time. It's going to wait. You can see we have somebody right here now. It's waiting until that buyer tag is added. So they filled out the checkout form, they've signed our contract, then that buyer tag gets added. It's waiting for that tag until it actually sends the real onboarding email. Maybe I'll show you guys what the email actually looks like at a different time because it's pretty nice. We have a really nice system going on. So after they go ahead and purchase, they're going to get their onboarding email. Important note about that email, it is very simple, but it has their next steps laid out very clearly. The first thing we ask them to do when they get this email is to complete their onboarding form. That onboarding form is going to be critical for all the remaining steps of this workflow. So once they go ahead and complete their onboarding form, they are going to be added into this workflow. This is set up through Zapier because we use Google Forms for our onboarding forms. So that's why there is no trigger here. We're not using an internal trigger. We're using something external to put them into this workflow. Essentially what this does, it is an email that basically says, hey, thank you so much for completing your onboarding form. We're really excited to connect. Make sure you go ahead and schedule your call with us. If you haven't already, here's the link. Go ahead and schedule that. That's all this one does. It's just confirmation. We received their form and reminder to book their onboarding call. Once they book the call, they're then added into another workflow that is the reminder sequence. That's the one I was just in. So this is literally just going to say, hey, when you book a call in this calendar, we're going to wait until one day before the event or appointment time, give them a 24-hour reminder, go ahead and wait again until 30 minutes before the event. And then we're going to send them a meeting saying, hey, our meeting starts soon. In case you can't find it, need it handy, here's the link again. We'll see you soon, basically. And then the last part of this is just to keep our dashboard updated. So I don't have to go in and click 100 buttons to see any of our stats. It is literally right there as soon as I log in. So we're going to trigger based on the order form submission. So then filter it by funnel, submission type, and the page type or page is. We'll add that buyer tag. We add buyer tags to literally everything, and it is very specific. We want to know who purchased what. So we just don't add general buyer tags. We add very specific buyer tags so that we can segment our list. That's a whole nother quick little video in and of itself on list segmentation because that workflow is a beast. And then we update our pipeline. This is where all those fun things come in. We add our lead value in, and we don't have any of those sources coming in. Generally, they're coming from a call with us or direct in the DMs. So that's not super important for us to track for this specific offer, but you can add all of these different things. Make sure you select your pipeline stage. And then we also get an internal notification that literally says, the purchase for the funnel assessment was completed. Woohoo. Simple as that. You can add obviously internal notifications the whole way through this process. One, for example, would be like after they complete their onboarding form, but because we have it in Google Forms, they already sent us a notification. I don't want more emails than I must have because trust me, there's plenty. So that's a little sneak peek into the back end of our onboarding workflow.